journey so far in the corporate world, how I, plunged into being an entrepreneur. My first stint as an entrepreneur and my new stint now. But from there on, my request to everybody is to, share your experiences, ask me mine. I'm very, very, very open. I love talking about anything and everything. So I'm going to be very, candid about whatever is being asked. I started my journey about 25 years back. The resume is already there. I did about 20 years of corporate, so I'm not going to talk about that. And of course, and my brother, I think everybody knows, Vikas has put that up on the screen. So my brother, who you've already met, Vineet Panchi, he about 7 years back put an emotional gun to my head. I was based in Bombay then. And because I'm a single mother, my parents, both our parents, Vineet and mine, they were with us in Bombay. तो भाई साहब ने इमोशनल गन रखा मेरे सर पे कि यार व्हाट द हेल यू विल नॉट गेट मैरिड अगेन एंड यू केप्ट द पेरेंट्स विद यू इन बॉम्बे प्लीज क्विट द कॉर्पोरेट एंड कम टू देहरादून एंड आई वुड ऑलवेज टेल हिम दैट लुक यू आर द क्रिएटिव पर्सन एंड यू रनिंग अ क्रिएटिव एजेंसी मेरे में क्रिएटिव का सी भी नहीं है व्हाट विल आई डू इन देहरादून छोटी सी जगह है मेरी स्किल्स आर वेरी वेरी डिफरेंट nonetheless, after 6 months of back and forth and emotional upheaval, I decided to take the plunge and I packed my bags, my family and everything from Bombay, and I moved to Dehradun to co-found Word of Mouth Media with Vineet. He was already doing some work in the audio space. When I came, we kind of created a small boutique creative agency, and we took it to about 52 people pre-COVID. So I'll first talk about Word of Mouth Media, and then I'll jump into Chivisa. So at Word of Mouth Media, what I realized and the big change that happened for me, at least from working in the corporate to being an entrepreneur was, एक तो आपके कोई timings होते ही नहीं हैं as an entrepreneur. So I now have started realizing that I'm constantly switched on. I'm switched on a Sunday morning and I'm thinking work. I'm switched on a Saturday night and I'm thinking work. And my personal life and my professional life has collapsed into one. I've now started hosting people who are friends and now becoming business partners or clients, and clients who are becoming friends. So, the whole concept of 9 to 5 completely disappeared. The whole concept of ye weekend hai, ye weekdays hai completely disappeared, which was fun as well as challenging. It took me some time, to kind of dawn that, but, at some point you realize that it's not that bad. It's quite all right. My second big learning was that आप जब एक entrepreneur होते हो तो आप एक hat नहीं पहनते हो, आप सारी hats पहनते हो. So unlike in IBM where I had a head of technology and a head of finance and a head of HR, I was all of that and more. So I was also, going to Delhi every week, doing my own BD and doing my own sales, also coming back and sitting on the campaigns that we had to deliver with the creative team, also looking after the HR issues. और जब पैसे खत्म हो जाते थे, also dipping into our savings, becoming the finance head, and making sure the teams were motivated and paid and all of that. So, but that I think has been a super satisfying role because it just kind of grooms you in such a different way. So your grooming doesn't stay vertical anymore. It becomes extremely horizontal and wholesome. And I think पिछले 6 साल में वो मेरा सबसे बड़ा एक from a learning perspective, from a growth perspective and evolving perspective, that has been the most satisfying experience that I've had. It also pushes you and challenges you to learn everything. So I came from IBM. I was heading operations. Suddenly, I was sitting with my doing branding campaigns and marketing campaigns. जिसका मुझे कुछ नहीं पता था. Just applying a whole lot of common sense and learning, making mistakes, and trying to go back to our clients. So that's how we kind of started growing. जो एक और चीज मैंने बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग सीखी वो ये कि जब आप कॉर्पोरेट में तो आपको पता है कि एट द एंड ऑफ द डे आपका चेक आ जाएगा. Whereas when you're an entrepreneur and you have like 50 people as your responsibility, that becomes your one biggest responsibility. You have to somehow figure out how will you make sure that they are taken care of before you are. So they are the ones who eat before you eat became the driving factor of running the business. And that's how I think a whole lot of entrepreneurs survive and continue. So from a journey perspective, I think switching roles from working for somebody to becoming your own boss, and that has been very, very satisfying. The learnings, however, have been, at least in the word of mouth journey, because that's the longer journey. There was a time that Vineet and I was sitting and we had made some hires that we were not very, very happy about. And we have kind of kept our culture very close to our hearts. So if any of you ever visit Dehradun, do come over and come to our office, you'll see what I mean. It is very, very you can feel it. The people, the conversations, the hugs, and everything is very, very palpable in our office. And I think we had to put a lot of sweat and blood to create that culture. And there was a time about 3 years back when we had started hiring and we were growing big time. And we realized that growth will come at the expense of culture. So for us to grow, we had to dilute the culture. And one bad hire, and we decided that, okay, we will not grow at the pace we would really like to grow, but we will not let our culture dilute, because that's really keeping us together. So there would be milestones in your businesses which will challenge your own decisions. The decision to grow was challenged by us, and we realized कि अगर growth इस cost पे आएगी कि हमें अपना culture dilute करना पड़े, तो हम लोग नहीं करें. And that's what we decided to do. So it was a big decision point for us, and we decided to slow down our entire trajectory. The second learning came when COVID happened. I'm sure all of us went through that too. We had to, at some point after some, all our projects closed, and we are big on video content. March of 2020, I was looking at 7 simultaneous big projects happening. मेरे 50 लोग भी कम पड़ रहे थे. I was, thinking of hiring freelancers, sending one team for Enfield shoot, another team for BMW shoot, something else happening in Dehradun. So there were just multiple projects happening, and within a month, everything started closing and shutting and canceling and all of that. So cut, everything just shut, which was fine. And then we survived for 3 months. 50 लोगों की salary देना was not easy, so we somehow kept going. And after 3 months, we were of course faced with this huge question कि अब करना क्या है business का. And that's when all of us partners, Vineet, Jimmy and I, we sat down and we said, okay, for us to make the ship survive, we will have to let go of some people. It wasn't very, very easy, but we had to make that tough call. And Vineet is a very socialist, by heart. For him, how can I not let anybody else eat when I'm eating is a very big philosophy. While I was coming from a very business perspective to say that, look, I'd love to have 50 people on board, but pura ship sink hoga ya 18 log bachenge. It's a choice that we have to make. So that was a very tough phase, and that's when we decided that, look, you will have to get leaner, you will have to get smaller for you to survive. At that point, what we realized was the way people stood by us was absolutely amazing. People actually came back to us to say that, no, you've been, supporting us for X number of years, 5 years, 6 years, whatever has been, their journey. And now we would reciprocate by not taking salaries, not asking for any increments, not doing, but let us not go back. And that was like a very, very heartening moment. That's when we realized, or we iterated to again in our minds, कि जब आप लोगों में invest करते हैं, तो it does pay you back in some shape or form, and it always comes back. So that's been a very, very, beautiful learning. And of course, from there on, we've kind of changed structures. We've, become leaner, but the power of emotions came out very strongly, despite it being a business call. From there on, we've kind of moved on, and now we are a small boutique agency based in Dehradun, and continue to do that. We are continuing to serve a lot of clients. So that's been my word of mouth journey. Within that, about a year back, I started Cover to Cover. Cover to Cover is a book review series. During the introduction, somebody said that, books have a lot of learning. And if you combine your life learnings, I think it spread a whole lot of your learnings across. So that's how Cover to Cover happened. We've done about 8 seasons, 8 episodes so far. Got fantastic feedback on it. तो जो मेरा काम है वो is for the bread and butter, but my book reviews and my sessions that I do is for my soul. I've realized that you can't just continue to live and earn and do all of that without enriching and nourishing your soul. So some of these things I do for my soul, including the groups that I run, the cycling group and the biking group and the running. वहाँ पे हमें बहुत सारे लोग मिलते हैं, तो बहुत सारे experiences होते हैं, तो you take a lot of energy back, and that's what keeps my soul running. The final venture which I've just jumped into full time is called Jivisa. Jivisa is a wellness brand. We are coming up with a whole lot of wellness products for the physical well-being. I'm also launching Jivisa retreats for women. I am somehow a lot of women reach out to me, so I do like to work in that space. So Jivisa retreats is for your emotional well-being and mental well-being, while Jivisa brands is for your physical well-being. Over years, I realized that word of mouth was my brother's conceptualization, his dream, his creativity. I needed to also do something of my own and create it ground up, scratch up, exactly. So with that thought in mind, about a year back, I started working on Jivisa. And the pandemic, of course, told me that wellness is the space to be in today, more than ever. So, those two things combined, Jivisa came. Jivisa, which literally means the will to live well, is a mountain brand. Since we are based in Dehradun, we believe that all of our lifestyle issues can be tackled in a natural way, in a more organic way, and that's how we are kind of developing our products today. Anything that we cannot give to our parents or children, we do not take it to the market, is our philosophy. And that's how we are kind of building Jivisa. Uske beech mein Jivisa retreats ho raha hai. Our first retreat is happening in October for women. We are doing it in Rishikesh. Or my hope and my aspiration for Jivisa is that I am making it into a women-managed, women-led organization. I'm sourcing from women. I'm trying to create products for women. We are also working on PCOD, PCOS kind of issues for women and trying to bring some products out for that. And I'm hoping that I will be able to take it pan-India. The challenges that I'm facing with Jivisa, I think, are of different level altogether, and it's so fantastic to go through the pressures of creating a new brand. So आपको brand भी सोचना है, philosophy भी सोचना है, sourcing कहाँ से करना है वो भी सोचना है, will it make sense to somebody वो भी सोचना है, and of course put it all together while your other business is trying to kind of finance that. But it's been a fantastic, beautiful journey, and we are hoping to, take it everywhere over the next year or so. So that's Jivisa. So these are the multiple things that I do in my personal capacity in the business front. And I would now really like to, be questioned and answered instead of just, do this monologue. Anybody?
I saw Deepa's hand raised. No? Okay.
Yes,
if there's no one, then Lamb to the Slaughter is yours truly. Firstly, Sarika, let me compliment you for speaking from your heart. The words came gushing out, but it was all from your heart. And that's the most powerful way of communicating anything, anytime. You must have felt surely when you resigned from IBM and succumbed to your brother's emotional parlays that sar mundwate hi ole pad gaye. COVID literally beckoned and followed your move. And it's no fun catering to 50 people's salaries when on the first of the month, your check is assured in the job. We also had this huge thing of 150 guys to feed and tried all kinds of combinations in the garment industry, which is labor intensive. And you start wondering, what the hell are we in for here? At this stage in life, are we to bargain on this? You worry about the other guys, worrying about yourselves, of course, is there. But I love the spirit that you carried on with and thought, 3 mahine to nikal diye. Let's see the other months ahead. We'll manage somehow. And enterprise after enterprise now with Jivisa. which is this, I think, healthy living, probably, wellness living. Wellness is such a wide concept. It encompasses the whole world in wellness. I really want you to tell us a little bit more about the segment of wellness that you are focusing
Sure.
on. Because it's too wide an ambit to hear wellness. Pardon me for my ignorance on the subject.
No, absolutely. No, that's a good question, Sanjeev. So thank you, Sanjeev. और पहला आपने बिल्कुल सही कहा that you know the comfort of getting that check at the end of the month जो कि आपको corporate में मिलता है और जो जैसे आप entrepreneur बन जाते हो नहीं मिलता है is a funny kind of journey. You know, yesterday I was telling somebody was asking me a question and I said बहुत काम करते हैं, बहुत अच्छे projects आते हैं, बहुत कुछ होता है, बस पैसे नहीं आते. That will be your continuous saga forever. But other than that one metric, I think the experiences are so rich that you start ignoring the money bit and you start looking at this to say that, oh my God, I have expanded and I've grown as a person. So I don't mind, the space. So hence, I think that's what keeps you going. On Jivisa, what are the segment that we are looking at? While we started with very generic products, the need of the hour, and I would urge all of you to go and try it, not because it is my product, but I genuinely believe we've created a fantastic thing. So we started with Ara, which is developed by a very big pharma guy here in Dehradun. It's safe for people with diabetes. We realized that, you kind of need to build your immunity. So our first 2-3 products were immunity based. But I'm now working on 3 verticals. One, of course, is women health and everything around that. And I do not believe in superficial beauty, so I don't want to get into cosmetics. That's not the space I believe in. But I do believe that inner beauty is something that all of us can work towards. Also, the issues that we face, during periods, post the menopause and all that. So I'm working on that vertical. Those products are being developed. And I'm passionate about women. I can't help, but I have to, be biased and do something in that space. The second, I've realized a very dear friend of mine challenged me very recently to say that you're doing so much in this space. Why you're not doing anything in the diabetes space? We are the biggest diabetic capital of the world, so we are trying to create products around that, so that that we manage the men of our country. And other than that, we're working on the aroma category, and we are going to restrict to that till we start producing more products. That, of course, takes care of some bit of the physical well-being through the products and through. I also realized that mental wellness or emotional wellness is equally important. And because I'm a coach in my personal space, I've been doing some programs. I am converting that to retreats for women because I genuinely feel जब आप बात करने लगते हैं तो बहुत सारी चीजें solve होने लगती हैं, and that itself leads to a whole lot of wellness. उसके लिए आपको कुछ बहुत ज़्यादा major therapy की ज़रूरत नहीं होती. It's just that we are not able to speak our hearts and speak our minds and just be able to be. We are constantly having this image कि मैं ऐसी हूँ, मैं ऐसी दिखती हूँ, मेरे accomplishments हैं and all of that. So I'm also working on a program to kind of help people shed baggage and hopefully bring emotional wellness through that. So these are the 2 segments, Sanjeev, that I'm working on.
Thank you.
So my question is, how many hours do you have? How many hours do you have in your day? I think it's much more than 24.
It is definitely more than 24, Sukesh. About 24 plus 24, I would say. And a whole lot of people ask me, "तुम ऐसे कैसे कर लेती हो constantly?" I am always pressed on time. What I have realized, and I think that's just who I am, because I'm an action person. I don't mind it. कभी-कभी थोड़ा pressurizing हो जाता है, but yes, I'm constantly, onto something. Even my Sundays are packed with something. कुछ morning ride, कोई trek planned होगा, कुछ something with my son. Something or the other is constantly planned.
No, it was just so admirable seeing what all you were doing on the business side, plus the fact that you have so much happening, on the excursions and your cycling and your biking. So it's a very amazing, kind of a profile. And many of us will want to aspire to do that, though some of us are on the heavier and weightier side. So anyway, wonderful.
Thank you, Sukesh. Nandini ji, please.
I have to say, Sarika, you're eminently watchable and even more eminently listenable. Thank you for that. That was wonderful. I just have a comment to share.
Sure.
One of the companies that I was managing director of, there was one particular division where we had only women. Since you mentioned you were looking towards building, and I think we employed about 850 women in, and very middle management and upwards kind of a thing. And I remember our first board meeting. This was a very British, stiff upper lip, fuddy-duddy, old people company. So in the board meeting, I remember I said, we are an equal opportunity employer. We also employ men. I think I was nearly booted out.
That's a good one. I may want to use that tagline at some point with your permission, Nandini.
All the best. It was wonderful listening to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hanji Vikas.
I think it was Sanjeev. Sorry, Vikas, please go ahead.
Sorry.
Okay. Sarika, I know you're multitasking and you obviously wear so many hats. My question is more to do with the marketing and the brand building part of it. You know, I've been watching with a lot of Vista project. I know a lot of people who are always out of this and doing similar things on immunity builders. But then it's again a very cramped up market. Here you have a lot of multinationals doing immunity builders. You have the likes of Patanjali, and then obviously a lot of other Ayurvedic companies, Dabur, are doing that. There are a lot of people like you. How do you use everything which is there at your disposal to create a space for yourself? Isn't it too challenging to create a space for a new brand? How do you really use that?
So, Vikas, actually, you kind of hit it bang on. You're absolutely right. It is a very crowded space, and not just wellness. Any new space that you get into, it's always challenging to start with. What I have learned, and if you've seen the work that we are doing in Jivisa, the storytelling, the narrative that we are using, if you stop talking about what and you start talking about why, it comes out very authentically. And if you speak authentically, sooner or later people will look at you and say that no, wait, let me just hear her out. So अगर आपने हमारे creatives देखे हैं, videos देखे हैं, the way I speak, the way any of the team member speaks, we are very, very clear of the why behind Jivisa, and that's what is helping us. It is very, very nascent, but I'm very clear कि मुझे market में जाके ये नहीं बोलना कि देखो ये मेरा साबुन है और ये मेरा चाय है और ये मेरा whatever any new products हैं, पर मैं क्यों कर रही हूँ उसके बारे में मुझे बहुत strongly बात करनी है, and it does hit the right spot when you try and do that. That's been my one. There can't be any better marketing strategy than going and telling the world authentically, with all the vulnerability that you. I'm sorry, I got a call. And this is a buy of, what we are trying to do.
You answered that very well, Sarika. That was very honest. Thank you.